The topic I really wanted to talk about this week was the Me Too movement. I believe it's something that came up recently, but I was watching a lot of videos on the tube about, um, victims, and there's kind of like different perspectives on how people feel about it, about the legitimacy of the claims and all that with Bill Cosby, and also comparing it to Harvey Weinstein. And it's just, oh no, what's the word? Frightening isn't the word, but it's just like very alarming how easily someone can utter some words, and it's especially if the person is a celebrity, obviously, but utter some words and then like somebody's lives can change overnight. Now, granted, I'm going to use Cosby as an example. What he did was some years ago, and it's quite possible that he did do it. But it was just the fact that you're going to do all that now. Like, what? And obviously, I'm not going to be able to speak from a place of, it's not anything that's ever happened to me, but like, what is the point of 30 years later doing it, like trying to prosecute him now for something that he did like that, where there wasn't really concrete evidence either?
What time period was this in?
30 years ago, so that was what, 90s, early 90s?
70, like 80s, 70s, yeah, 90s.
So 70s, 80s, 90s. That's a 30 years time period. I just want to know.
No, because just to be clear, like we're speaking on this like today, like 2020, but this really started like way back when, like like it was, back mid 2010s. So back referencing, maybe early 2010s, maybe mid 2010s. This year became a thing.
So I'm thinking, if you think about the time period too, like if you're really aware of what's going on, exactly. I feel like if you were Caucasian and that happened to you, you could come out about it a lot easier since it was against a person of color. Because back then, I feel like it was a lot more people will be on your side when it came to POC and when it came to the judicial system.
I think this is more a reference to like Cosby, just for reference.
Right.
Like Cosby was more so because that was when he was around.
Because I don't know if you guys know about Dick Gregory, but that's the point that he came up with. He said, why would she wait when the judicial system would have eaten him up? Like she didn't have to wait. Yeah, like it would have. He would have got shut down quick. Off the rip. Like being done. Oh, Bill Cosby did this over. But I don't know.
You hit that.
I don't know. I don't know what goes on in these people's minds when they wait to say something. So I can't say like, oh, they should do this or they should do that, because like I said, like Josh said, it's never happened to me. So do I think it's a little bit weird? Yes, but there's a lot of things that are weird that I don't get. So
yeah, and I think it's definitely like weird to think about it. But it's also like doesn't like kind of like dismiss whatever they say.
Right.
You still have to take them at the word, even though we have like whatever evidence there may or may not be.
But it's weird too, because before you go real quick, at the same time, there's wild inconsistencies when it comes to one person versus another person. So like, yes, we all know Bill Cosby, right? We all know R. Kelly, right? We all know let me think of another one real quick that pops over the top of my head. Yes. We all know Michael Jackson. We all know Harvey Weinstein. But why is it just like them? Like, I'm sure there's a billion other people who be doing wildness. But these are the
was-
ones. These are the names that pop up, and these are the ones that everyone's hard for. Like, who decides to go hard for these couple people? Why is the
Yeah.
outrage to specific people? Because I know for a fact there's politicians and stuff that be getting caught doing things like this, and the
Regular.
it's quiet.
Yeah, the parties
Like,
clean that up real quick.
The energy isn't kept the same.
Yeah, the parties, they handle that. They try to keep that stuff quiet because they can have more of a control over it. And you would think the people we said, Cosby, Weinstein, Michael Jackson, who else would we say?
R.
Trying to
Kelly.
get Russell.
R. Kelly. They're all media. They're all people that are in the media, but they don't have the control over the media that some people in government might have. So that's why they're going to try to keep that stuff clean, keep it low key. Let's shove this under the rug. Let's throw in some news story about some fire, or throw in a news story about some other stuff that doesn't matter. Throw this school lunch special on here to cover it up, to take up some time. So it's just that's why you probably don't hear about that stuff. But it's definitely. What were you gonna say, Josh? No, so it's definitely like weird how people would start coming out, and it started really with Weinstein, big Hollywood executive.
Yeah.
So when you have a big Hollywood executive,
And it's sick.
you can attach his name to a bunch of different projects that different people worked on or that people recognize. And so that's why people make it a bigger deal. Like, oh, this person had power to put people in certain positions,
Right.
and affected people's careers because he did this to
Gatekeeper.
them. Exactly. He was like a gatekeeper to something, And then that's more of the thing with this thing. With Cosby, I think it's more of like how he did it, the way he did it, the method he did it. It's sort of how it was different from Weinstein, like they say, and he was putting stuff in like basically what we know today, like from when we were growing up, is like roofing people, stuff like that. So, I mean, I understand that it may be hard for people to come out at first because they might be scared of what happened because the power that person might hold. And they might be trying to do X, Y, Z in their career and coming out against the person.
That's true.
It's still weird to me. Yeah, I understand that. It's still weird to me, but I can understand it.
Yeah.
And it's just, what's alarming to me is the numbers that they reach. Like, I think I hear Weinstein's number is still rising to this day, which to me is insane to think about. Like, how long is this going along? And it's kind of like, if you guys saw the Surviving R. Kelly doc, I haven't seen the second part, but I did see the first part. You see all the people around him that were cognizant of this stuff. And you're just like, and it makes me think, like, with Weinstein, someone like him, and possibly someone like, if it was happening with Michael Jackson, someone like him, like, with people around them, like, or like Bill Cosby, even, like, did people know this was going on?
More than likely.
I have no doubt.
And why are the people around them like then? None of them are getting, recognized. None of them are getting brought up either. They're just as equally guilty as, the people that did it. So,
That network.
You got to get everybody out of there. And it's just like people. And there's something to be said about people trying to save themselves.
Yeah.
And like, this whole thing is just nasty. It's nasty. This reminds you that just like, people will be able to get away with, like, powerful people getting away with it. It's sickening to think of it. But like the whole like Me Too movement, like, you don't really hear it referred. I mean, it's kind of changed names as it now. It's like Me Too, like, Time's Up. It's like, I think that's like kind of what people know it as by now. But it's just, like, now you're here. Now we're in the stage where, like, these dudes are being brought to trial. Cosby's already in prison. Weinstein, his trial, there was one settlement done, I think, or one ended, but he still has to do the criminal trial, I believe. You know, and now everyone, you might see him on the news, his act, he has like his cane and everything, you know. So it's just something that it's like people, like when something is allowed to go on for so long, like if someone speaks out earlier, you never know like how quickly this might have been stopped, or like how like someone within the organization would have been scared to lose their job because, oh, this person has been caught before doing this. I don't want to lose my job because he's gone and they have to clear house, you know? So they might, you know, rat on the second time it happens, or the fourth or whatever, 5th or 20th time it had happened earlier, way earlier before it got to this insane number that it is at now. Like the numbers in the hundreds.
It's
Yeah,
hard to
I want to say
Go
that's
ahead.
definitely just due to how much of a commonality it was. Those types of industries, those larger than life characters. I mean, they're really able to do whatever they want, whether it's, you know, overt or under the rug. So, I mean, that's why the numbers are always going to be like crazy. Like, you just have access to, you know, different resources, more resources, discrete resources. And he was a gatekeeper, using Weinstein as an example. He was a gatekeeper, and he definitely passed, or a lot of people had to pass through him. So that's why it's going to be a lot. I just feel there should be a strong emphasis on, if this happens, like, you need to say something about it as soon as possible, because this, like,
you can help
waiting
more
years
people.
and years, it's just like, come on. Like, I understand, maybe, let me not say I understand, but I can see someone feeling, you know, weak and like, I don't know what to do, this and that. And who knows, somebody in the circle's probably like, yo, don't do that, because then this is going to happen. Just, you know, tough it out, or, you know, just keep it hush hush. Right? There's definitely a lot of that goes on, for sure. But if that's the choice you're going to make, then make that choice and don't go back on it. If you're not going to say anything initially, don't wait 20 some years and then try to say something. Don't wait 10 years and then try to say something.
Do you think?
Because you wouldn't say anything if that person's fame plummeted, you would not say anything. But it's the fact that they're still out there now. You want to, you know what? I'm going to say something now. Like, he's still out there, blah, blah. And it's like, say something initially. Don't try to base it. And I don't.
Do you think because things take time, like, to heal, like that person, like the damage that was done, like, do you think like just like sometimes it just takes time for that person to heal, or maybe them going to therapy, or they're finally seeking therapy?
You healed. What are you reopening the wound for? If you healed, you healed.
Yeah, like maybe they're like it's like they're seeking retribution. Like, do you think they're like,
what retribution you getting though? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, you're gonna, I took down his career.
No,
that's
but
corny.
And the thing is,
that means the reason why you did it wasn't because of, oh, he did this and I didn't like that. It's because you wanted to take him down for it. So it's like, what are you doing?
It's like you're taking the person down for it, and it's like, what are you seeking? Are you seeking them to lose their position? Are you seeking them to, like,
most of them, it's just money? All emotional. Like, yeah, screw him, get him out of there. I don't care. It's just like this blind rage, and it's like,
are you sure it's blind rage? Or are you sure it's like
it is blind rage? Okay. Dog, if you just swing
I don't know. Yeah,
to try and take somebody down when this happened before, you would have done it earlier.
Yeah, and this is more so like for like people that wait, because like with Weinstein,
bro, think about it. People just get caught up in their emotions, right? And then they do these irrational things. Now, yes, it's good that people come out and it's
that they identify these people, that they identify these people as the type of person that they are.
So it has the positives. It definitely has pros to it, but it's just like, I don't know, man. You just gotta like,
It's like, yeah, because I definitely understand what you're saying, because you were teetering on the
if you're
line.
gonna
Like,
heal from it, don't come back around on it,
it's just
especially once
like,
they get more successful. Because
it's just
as I
like,
said, they would not do that if boy ended up being a damn janitor.
would you say like, what are like, would you say like, you're talking about people that are like coming back and having like filing lawsuits about it? Are you saying that? Like the people that are filing lawsuits about it, or just the people that want it to be known? Because the people that like
People
there might
that
be
just
people,
say it, that they're like, look, I don't even want anything, I'm over
yeah,
it. But I've seen, people coming out, and I want it to be known that yes,
this person did
this
X
is
to
something
me.
that really happened, and they're not seeking to try and like just take them down, regardless of whatever happens. I respect those people. The ones who come
Okay,
out like,
all
now
right,
I'm filing a
okay,
lawsuit now. It's just like, boy, what are you doing?
okay, all right. I just wanted it to be like clear. That's all.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You helped
Because,
me clarify that.
bro, yeah, because you know, bro, because you know how people get, they'll start assuming that you're
Yeah, that's a fact.
minimalizing victims, like
Yeah.
the victims, when you say that. But it's not like, no, like you're just
Oh
trying
boy,
to
here
be
for the smoke
reasonable
though.
about it. He with it though. He with it. If there ain't
I'm-
smoke, we ain't no smoke up, because we
I
support victims,
I know somebody who like has
bro.
gone through something similar, and it's just like they went through it, and they would rather heal themselves rather than go and attack not attack, but go out and say, you know what, this person did this to me, blah blah. They took
The
it upon
amount of,
themselves to do what they need to do to help heal from it, and I respect that, because just because something happened to you does not mean you need to report it.
bro,
It's
there
not black
are,
and white. Like if something happened and you generally feel, I need to let this be known.
yeah, like you
Hopefully
need
you
to,
don't feel like you can't let it be known because people aren't going to believe you. Because I think that also happens a ton. No, they would never do that. I don't believe you. And then the person just shuts down. Hopefully it's not due to that. Hopefully it's something where it's like, this happened. I'm going to heal from it and I'm going to move on from it. If it happened and you feel like, I won't be able to, like, I have to let it be known, then let it be known regardless of what people are going to say. If they doubt you, they doubt you. If you have a way to prove it, hopefully you can. If not, you let it be known though. You let that out. You didn't bottle it up. And I think that's important. Don't bottle it up. If you're gonna heal from it, heal from it. If you need to let it out and let it be known, let it be known. And whatever happens, happens. If they believe you, whatever. If they don't, they don't. But you let it be known.
like,
And
just
you're
like
gonna
the
get
last
judged
thing,
for that, but this is something you have to do. You can't
just
take people's sanity over your own.
like the
that's
last
a
thing
fact.
on this, last thing on this, like for me,
It was hot in
it's
here.
like, the number of women that just take care, that just go through these type of situations, not with celebrities, but just with regular people, like regular dudes. That number is like, I feel like that number is so insane, and that unless you have a conversation where that woman is open enough, if a woman is open enough to tell you,
Word.
like she's been through
Take
an
that
experience
serious,
like
man.
that, that shit's
You'll never
serious,
know.
bro. Unless she tells you, you'll never know how many women have actually been through this situation.
Apparently, the statistic is like a lot of people that we know. Like,
Bro,
when it comes
and I
down to
believe
like,
it.
you
yeah,
have
I
no
also believe
idea. You have no idea. Trust me, because I know. Like this shit, like
it's
crazy,
supposed to be a
man.
lot of people who have gone through.
And the people it happens to, it's frustrating, and it's like there's been few times when I don't know if I've been more angry when I've had a woman like tell me like stuff like that. And
Yeah.
like these are like people that like I've been close with, so we can just move on. We can go a whole day about this. Yeah.
Pitchforks. Tiki torches.
What is it, Shrek?
Yeah.
So do you guys think this movement creates like a groupthink mob mentality where it's just like, hey, he did this, let's go get him, and then hey, go get him, hey, go get him, hey, go get him.
Absolutely.
Yes, but I think I don't know. I don't know. I feel like sometimes it be getting to a point right? Like you're saying, where it's like a mob mentality. Like if you say something, even if people don't want that person to be attacked, like the word that we've been using, because we don't have a better word, but they don't want them to, you know, be chased after and pursued. Like it's gonna happen anyway, and I feel like that's like um how would I say this? I don't even know how to word this. Some people might not want to go after somebody, right? But the fact that they said something, that whole movement and that mob mentality is gonna go after them anyway, and they won't respect the wishes of the person who came out and said whatever.
Right.
It's just like it's a mass, and it's gonna move like regardless.
Yeah.
Once they get their information, they rolling. Like,
Once that engine turn on, it's a wrap.
yeah.
Once them pistons start going,
There was a show that actually did that. And I can't tell you the name of the show because I don't watch TV. I just happened to be walking by when the situation was going on. But it was a young girl who um, was talking about I think it was sexual relations with a teacher or something like that. And whoever she told was rolling on the teacher like, wow. And the girl didn't want to take it that far, right? And then she started fabricating stories, and then the whole like mission got lost because she was fabricating stories. And so like her credibility was going down, but something actually really did happen to her that she should have talked about, but she couldn't come out against it because her credibility was gone. So it was like you got to be careful about letting, you know, people roll on a subject, and not to fabricate your stories, to be truthful in everything you say.
yeah, be wary of letting the dogs loose, man. Can't pull
That's
them
a
back.
fact.
Do that.
That's a whole fact. But it was good to see that because it was like, yo, this probably really happened, and we know it's happened because look at all the athletes that got false rape allegations. Like,
Man, yo, yeah, it's
that's why
crazy.
I'm saying. That's why it's
That's
also
life
dangerous.
changing,
Like we were
man.
talking about. That's a fact, bro. You stop somebody's whole life off of fake allegation. Like that's why like yes, the movement is good in theory. Like yes, you're coming to help a victim of,
It's good
you
with the
know,
awareness.
right. But sometimes, yo, things can be pushed too far, and people will get upset when you say that.
Yeah,
Like any group could be pushed and going too far. It doesn't really matter what their um
right. That's a good point.
initial
With the
thoughts were
initial,
about,
yeah,
what their mission
the
is.
initial point will get lost in that, just
That's a
like
fact.
blind range, for lack of a better word.
Right.